How many people will you be able to take into your group?
I'd say 4 is the magic number.
Question for Skimmer. What was your biggest ever catch in one of your fishing trips?
That's a good one, mate. I wouldn't spill the beans on my biggest catch, but I'll tell you one of my most bizarre ones. It was a foggy morning. Me and some mates were out in a closed lake in the middle of an island, an abandoned place with ruins of ancient civilization. Didn't seem like much, but the place was too quiet, and the lake was massive, deceptively deep. We brought guns because not all fauna like to be caught, which is understandable. In the thick fog, we started to see some glowing lights, like wisps. We thought we were in an underworld influence place, so we started to row away. One of our rods got pulled from the boat, just swiped clean off the boat in a flash. Then, a scaly hand grabbed onto the boat and we just sprayed Hail Mary all over that hand with lead. We heard a scream inside the water. We reloaded our guns and out comes a bloody humanoid fish monster. The thing jumps on the boat and we shoot it for what felt like minutes. Finally, the creature drops dead in our boat. More of those lights show up in the fog. We turn on the engine and we just book it out of that bloody lake. The thing looked like a pyro, had a fish for a head, and the body was scaled, bullet resistant, I reckon. It wore some kind of tribal adornments, which I'm sure were worth a fancy $1. And the rest is history, mate. Can't tell you all the details.
Too heavy guy. Can you punch Angie for me?
What, Angie? This Angie? I cannot. I can sense his overwhelming power. He is too strong!
Not sure if this has already been answered, but how come Hotrod was killed, instead of being distorted, like everyone else, at Railway United?
After all you have seen so far, does that remain a fact? Or is that what you want to believe? Don't let the eye fool the mind, partner.
What's Kia's favorite food?
Hey Kia, what's your favorite food?
A good steakhouse burger. Any kind.
Oh, he's right. Those are really damn good.
My bet.
You never ate one?
A good one? I am not sure anymore.
We'll fix that soon.
To Foster, what do you think of other TSU characters? Fixer and Jumpsuit are good in my book. Bonkbot, I'll have to wait and see. And those 3 stand users, I'll wait for Bravo to retrieve the backbone files first. What is your greatest fear? My greatest fear? Losing everyone. What kind of life did you live before TSU? What kind of life did I live before TSU? A really hard and busy one, where I had to prove myself and push above my physical and mental limits way too many times. It was all worth it in the end, though.
To Janitor, as you seem to work with Foster, do you have any special abilities yourself?
I can clean things really, really well. If that counts.
Question to Foster. Have your soldiers killed a walker drone to where it was intact? And if so, maybe you could have tweaked it to where you can turn infected back. To where it was intact, not a chance in hell. Even if we did, reverse engineering something out of that technology, I don't know. But one thing is for certain, you cannot fix distortion. People want to believe in this, believe that you can cure it, but you can't.
To Smoke, was wondering who are the other mercenaries you do scrapping duty with, besides your girlfriend, and what do you think of them? We're a group of 4. All of us are pyros. This is a group photo of us. From left to right, Flint, Cinder, Ash, and me, Smoke, in case you didn't know. Flint's our tank and brawn of the team. Born in the Badlands. Used to be a miner and a farmer. He likes to use an explosive sledgehammer, courtesy of the mines he worked on. The big man can duke it out with a heavy and win most of the times because he has a lot of technique around physical combat. He's got survival skills, he's a tactician, and can think of a plan on the fly. He can break a giant apart if you give him time, and babysit him? That's my job. He's a quiet guy, man of few words, but he cares about everyone on the group. Doesn't make a scene, unlike someone else you'll know soon enough. He's also quite polite. The man was an honest worker, if you can believe it. Well, as honest as it can get in the Badlands. What the How the hell did this... How the hell did that get in this? Must have been Ash. Definitely Ash. How did she even get her hands on this? But yeah, speak of the devil. Ash. This is Ash. She's a bit of a bloodthirsty crazy chick, a loudmouth, likes attention, but also doesn't somehow. She likes to show off her looks like most pyro bimbos. But all of this aside, she knows her way around the battlefield. Also from the Badlands. She's a tactician, also has skills in close quarters combat, quite fast too. Likes rocking the shotgun with an axe playstyle. She has this high-tech magnetic bracelet on her arm, which makes her do some really crazy things, like shrapnel tornadoes, dash herself in a direction quickly, throw her axe with insane force, and then call it back, no problem. Number one advice around Ash: don't be a scout. She will love to break you apart. Not literally, but mentally. She loves doing that. If you're a scout and she notices you, just run. Run away. Save yourself the trouble. We started off in bad terms, kinda, because they were way too overprotective and clingy over Cinder, even after she told them to back off from me. They tested me. So, I stood my ground, and gave them reasons to respect me. Now, we're in good terms. We got there. If you earn their respect, they'll treat you as family. Oh, hi.
Yo,
What's up? You good?
do I gotta teach some little bitches a lesson?
Not this time, Ash.
No? Well, if they are, let me know.
Yeah, soon.
So, you like that little surprise I give you? That Cinder...
Shut your mouth! God! There's a camera! Sheesh. Also, yes, I did.
To Vixen and Plushtrap, how long have you been in a relationship? And what did you think of one another the first time you met?
To Vixen and Plushtrap, how long have you been in a relationship? We've been in a relationship for like 4 months? Yeah, close to 5 now. And what did you think of one another the first time you met? Oh god. You don't want to know. In my case, I thought he was a kid, like Bonkbot, so I treated him like a little kid. I was being careful, spoke calmly, squatted down, arms on my knees, leaned over him, and said those first words. Do we really have to say this? Hey, little guy, what's your name? This isn't part of the question, Vix! Okay. So what did you think of me at the time? I don't want to say it. He's too shy.
For Blackimus, what is your favorite TF2 class?
Heavy weapons guy. And this.
Did you consider potentially joining KIA and Heavy Guy? Yeah, a part of me was happy to have found more people like me. People who have a stand. But knowing our little problem, I don't think they'd take it kindly at all. So I kept myself at bay. I never bothered to find them. I just went on my way to finally fix myself. So far, it's been nothing but good things, one after another. I'd like to see them again, but we'll see.
No! Damn it, boy! Hey, Rick! We could use your help!
I'm on my way.
Does gay band exist?
Nope.
Also, would you be thinking about making your own skip... Bonkbot, would you want to be a superhero? And if so, why?
Yeah, I think I would, 'cause I think that's my duty, you know? I was built to protect my owner, and I did that successfully. But the real way United incident, it made me think about it. There's people out there who need the help, and maybe I could be their guy, you know? I need to prove to the world that not all robots are evil. There's some of us good guys out there.
Daddy Blackimus, where did the newborn mercenaries come from? Ah, what a good question, little Jimmy. Everyone, gather around and sit down. I'ma tell you a tale of where mercenaries come from. This is Bob.
Boom!
Bob, everybody.
Morning.
Bob is created because life. Bob gets greeted with a roster of 9
Insane lunatics.
Bob checks with each
Insane lunatics.
information and will then pick accordingly. Bob wants to be a heavy, so now Bob will pick his name and his home server.
Yo!
Bob wants to be called Bob, and his home server will be Portugal, because what would you honestly be expecting? Bob finishes this process and will now spawn in a residential server. Bob spawns in a suburbia map. Bob is now ready to start his life.
Bora bora
What is your favorite country? Portugal, sem qualquer tipo de preconceito, qualquer nada, absolutamente nada. Nadinha. Will the commander have a stand?
Curious.
To Smoke, how did you and Cinder meet? During a scrapping duty mission, I saw her and liked the mask she was wearing. She looked kinda cute, but I didn't tell her that until later. She said the first word since my archery got her interested. She wanted to know more about it. We did small talk, and then we did our mission. We did well together, so we stuck around for the entire operation. Did 4 missions back to back, together. The whole teamwork, it made us bond. After we won the whole operation, we added each other's contacts. And so, began our journey. What attracted you to her? Her look was cute, but I liked her personality more. Said a few words, but I knew she was getting curious and interested. Hey, so was I. She acted like a leader to our team, gave us advice, told us what to do, positioning, who to prioritize, etc. That whole leadership thing she did, I found it really hot. What was the conversation after your transformation? There's a lot to say here, but here's a rundown version. Cinder, I'm a woman now. That's hot. What? I love you even more now. Really? Yeah, get in bed.
2 questions for Vixen. What is your favorite game?
Minecraft. It's true.
And the truth sucks.
Shush.
Too heavy guy. Why do you use your minigun in some fights but refuse to use it in a true life or death situation, such as a fight with the Bruiser?
I don't know. Why doesn't Kia use his rocket launcher? Why doesn't Smoke just suck it up and use a flamethrower to turn the distorter into a joke? Why don't the aliens just blow the planet already? We don't know! The logic in this universe, Kia, Smoke, and I call home, is scratched!
Question for Foster. Can you explain the badges on the VAC units and what their purpose is?
The badges are a unique ID for each person affiliated with the VAC. Security and military personnel have different badges. My badge is a military one, and it's golden because of my level. The military rankings are split into tiers with this badge. Mine is golden. I am a level 5, which is the maximum rank possible. Only 9 people can have the L5 rank, 1 of each mercenary class. Military badges represent what the VAC stands for. The 3 stars for the VAC's logo represent our collective vow for the 3 commandments: law, order, justice. And yeah, that's all that I can tell you on a semi-superficial level.
Ennard, is Jimbo still in there? He wouldn't happen to have any memories on what happened after being separated from Baby and BB, would he?
I'm still here. I remember everything. The good times we had together. Being separated. The experiments those demons did on me. Our new conscience. Our voices. Our struggles. Our pain. We would wish to forget everything, like everyone else did. However, in our darkness, wisps linger. Faint lights to guide us to an exit, a path, new beginnings, change. We are curious and afraid.
Ad tiber in libra una ad decem, qua malos tus villa, dixivis. Then.
Molly, are you sentient? Give us a sign, if you actually are.
Request completed.
To Damocles, do you see the future? No, I cannot see the future. Such an ability would yield an unfathomable burden. Personally, it is a relief. Question for Cinder. Do you know about Smoke's body transformation? And how did you cope with it all? By the way, such a happy couple.
Do I know about her body transformation? Of course I do. I met her when she was a man who had a voice with so much gravel you could fill an entire road with it. But man, looking back at it now after so long, it was a really funny story. So we did scrapping duty, ended up winning, and hung out with the 2 gremlins that I have. We were just chilling for a while before we all went to our homes when it got close to the evening. So we said goodbye, left, and that was pretty much it. I went to bed and was asleep for a while, like a few hours, and I got a call at like 3 in the freaking morning. I quickly got up because I thought it was a bad situation, you know? Nobody ever calls me that late. So I get up, I pick up the phone, and I saw it was Smoke. As soon as I answered the phone, I couldn't even mutter a single word before Smoke was already panicking on me, going all, "Cinder, something happened to me! Cinder, I'm different! I'm a woman now! I'm not joking! I got this pyro that got into my house and is following me around! It's like a ghost, you gotta help me!" After all that nonsense, I was just so tired I didn't even bother trying to make sense of it all. I just told her, "Are you hurt? Do you need to go to a hospital?" And she answered me with, "No, I'm not hurt, I'm not sick, but this could be a problem." So I say calmly, "I'll be right there," and got dressed. I grabbed the keys to my car, I hauled ass to her apartment. I knock on the door and the door opens by itself. So I was just thinking, this has to be a prank. Door opening by itself, nobody in sight, it's clear as day. Or night in this case. But then Smoke told me, "Get away from the door, she opened it," in a voice that honestly triggered my fight or flight. I pulled out my shotgun and went inside. I looked around, peeked, checked every corner. Nobody. I told her I saw nobody, and Smoke just tells me she's right next to me. I turned my head to where she's pointed at, and saw nobody. From here on out, things were a mess to make sense of, so I'm just gonna skip a bunch of it. A while later, I sat on her bed watching her walk around the room back and forth, panicking and pacing, just a little bit less. Worried about everyone's reaction, worried about being banned, worried about everything. I'm just looking at her quietly. I honestly was just enjoying her new look. Like, she looked like a hell of a snack. She looked really good. Smoke stops, turns to me, and asks me if I can still love her now that she's a woman. And I just say, fuck yeah, I do. No shot. She was just confused and happy at the same time. She told me how. What do you like about the look? And I just say everything. You're a treat to look at from top to bottom. Smoke had her mask on, but I could tell she was pretty flustered. Honestly, I was too. I already loved the guy, but seeing him like that, it awoke new things in me, I think. She calmed down a lot after that, looked at the bedroom window. Lo and behold, I see her butt. I stammered in my words and just said it out loud. Oh my god. Smoke turns around and asks me what's up. I, with my hands over my gas mask's mouth, in complete awe at the beautiful sight, just tell her a few words under my breath. Your ass. It's so good. Smoke walks to a corner of the room, looks in the mirror, turns around and says, oh my god. There's a bit of silence during that realization, and we said nothing. But then she stopped admiring it, looked at me, and told me quietly, you're right. And the rest is history.
The question to the Plushtrap is how to be an adult in age and small in size.
Be born in a country not known for having tall people, or be a dwarf. My little rock and stone.
Question for Ballora. What do you think of Springtrap so far? They are good people who have gone through so much pain. I can relate to this. I understand their struggles. By the way, William, you don't have to hide yourself on the internet to ask me this question. You can just ask me directly. I do not bite. Or do I?
Ballora, come on.
I'm just playing.
For Toy Chica and Balloon Boy, when did you guys start to have feelings for each other?
It started in 2013.
Yeah, it was a really slow start. We initially hated each other. Fun fact, she was too valet girl, and I really didn't have the patience to deal with that crap. The time I got transferred to Fazbear Entertainment was a really rough time for me. And I didn't really get along with everyone, but that got fixed with time.
I started to be less girly, immature, loud, and annoying. We chatted on some occasions. When he started to get more attached to us, BB started to show that fun side of him with his jokes, his matured personality. I grew interest.
Even though we hated each other way back, I actually had a bit of a soft spot for her because of her looks. She's cute and hot. Just the looks by themselves didn't do much for me since her personality was just awful to be around. So with this change she slowly went through, I grew to like her more and more to the point where we are here now.
As partners.
Both ways too. Work and romance. For Wendie, what job do you do at Freddy Fazbear's? I do work as an entertainer in the Funtime Corner and during events such as theatrical plays, storytelling, chit-chatting with people, all on stage. The best part of it all are my magic shows. Since I can stop time, I can perform as a magician, which is why my public name is now Wendie the Amazing. The shows are sold out very quickly because of what I can do, which is, well, magic. I am also the main mascot of the Halloween Haunted Pizzeria attraction we have every year. During that time, I am in my redemption form, my transformation. I take people in and guide them around the place while scary things happen. Spring is also a main attraction here, since it's the only time his presence would make sense. I love Halloween because of this. Everyone has a different look and a job to do related to the haunted house. Like Marionette, where he possesses the skeletons and scares people with them very well. Vixen plays as an emotional support guardian / pet / mascot for the scared people. Chica plays as a silent ghost to jump on people, and she does that very well. Plushtrap and his dad play as the evildoers of the place. Balloon Boy plays as a serial killer, Bonbon as a friendly social ghost on the reception, Ballora as a spider creep / gothic vampire that gets all the teenagers' attention, boys and girls alike, and so much more. So much more. It's a lot of good fun, and probably the best time of the year for me, personally. And now, before we head into the final question, so we can transition to the next part of the video, rapid fire questions. Why? So we can reach 100. A lot of people have asked the same questions like 50 times or so, questions repeated so often, most of which make me want to, but not all of them are repeated questions. So now, it is my absolute pleasure to answer them all with a very special guest, Teddie!
Alright, let's do this.
So, rapid firing commences now. Will P. Rick return?
Heck yes!
Asked at least 20 times. Will the spy from episode 2 return?
Yeah!
Asked at least 6 times. Will the Acolyte return?
Episode 7.
Asked at least 9 times. When is a new episode of TSU /Soul / whatever coming out?
When it's done. Good things take time to make, unless you want rushed videos with all sense of originality and development thrown out the window. It's also been 3 years since the channel started, so you should realize by now how the schedules work and how long you have to wait on average, because the channel is run by a single guy. Ungrateful idiots.
Said in a million shapes and forms, asked way too many times, I'm not counting that crap. What are the aliens called that made the distortion?
Spoilers.
Which series do you prioritize on more?
None. You had 3 years to look at the upload schedule.
Do you plan on getting more voice actors?
More voice actors means more work. Different time zones is really annoying.
Are you going to hire a team to make more content?
No.
Are Fixer and Jumpsuit gonna meet / join up / fight with Heavy Guys team?
Do you want to know the ending too while you're at it?
Asked way too many times. Seriously, why do you think I should answer this? It's not like I have a story to tell here or anything, right? The first one is Bites of Life. It's pretty much slice of life videos, but shorter, hence the name Bites. Slice of Life's main episodes are often quite big, so without taking away that big episode, big adventure, big joy feeling, I've decided to make Bites of Life to fulfill that extra content on my alternate universe. Bites of Life are basically sole episode 2 videos. Shorter videos with a simple tiny plot. They can still have lore, world building, and all things that relate to that. Bites are very easy to get ideas and make episodes of. I already have 3 bites to make. The second project, this is the one that I'm most excited to show you about. This is going to be a side series within the Scratch universe. It's all in the same universe, just in a different world, with many new things to discover. The series is going to be called Capsters. There's a reason why it's called that. You'll know it once I make the first episode. Capsters is going to be more lighthearted, less serious, and more comical. A completely different side of the world of TSU. Episodes are going to be at tops 15 minutes long. Story is not a focus on this series. It's more on the world and the characters themselves. The idea of these two side projects is to give you more things to watch between big releases I make, Slice of Life or TSU, while I don't go insane just making big videos by not spending nearly as much time and effort to make one of these two, Bites and Capsters. Obviously, the scheduling with these two new series is a bit more loose. If I make a new episode of Sol or TSU and I don't feel like doing another big video just yet, I'll make one of each of these, a Bite and a Capster episode. But chances are I'm gonna make them regardless because I love to make easier things that will hopefully still be enjoyed by many people, old and new fans. So here's a rough little graph of the new upload schedule.